Hello everyone, and welcome back to Baba Is You. As you can see, we're kicking off here real quick. We're going straight into the Lake Extra 2 Sunken Temple level, because this, my friends, is post-commentary. So, basically, this is how this video is going to go. You're going to watch me do a level and fast forward while I talk about it. So basically with this level, it had been a while since I had seen it, and I pretty much resigned myself to the fact that I had to push that rock, and I don't think there was any other choice. Like, the more I stared at this, the more I realized the only way to do it is to push that rock and then just deal with it. It's the only way to do it. So then I was like, okay, what do I do to make this work? So I was like, okay, well, if I make the rock as me, I can move it. And then how do I get to the flag? I still got to get past the crab somehow. Well, what if I push the rock past the crab? And I was like, okay, well, okay, if I push the rock past the crab and then I become the rock, then we can solve it, right? And I think that's what I ended up doing here, but we'll see. If that's not how we solve it, then we'll see. But if I remember correctly, I feel like that's correct. Yeah, basically I just kind of maneuvered my way down here. I don't think this is going to work, though. I think I have to redo this. So I'll explain why I'm doing the videos this way in a minute, when we get to a level that's going to take me longer than this. But this is like a short level, so it took me a minute to kind of decide how I want to maneuver this. But I definitely needed to get the rock past there. Or, how did I do this? I'm trying to remember how I did this now. Yeah, here you go. Here we go. Okay, so I used the extra is to push the rock. Then I became the rock. Okay, there we go. I was like, I knew I had to get the rock past there to become it, so we could get to the flag. That made sense. Alright, so that one was pretty easy to figure out for me. As you can see, it really didn't take that long, even in real time. In fast forward speed, it only took like a minute, so it's pretty fast. So anyway, with finishing up that level, that actually finished up the entire lake area. So that was cool. We were done there, and I think eventually I decided, oh yeah, we're done here. Moving on. Okay. And so, yeah, the lake's done. It's got a little flower around it. So we move on to the second world. What can I do here? Let's see what level I started with this time. Looks like we went to level 11, which is probably not actually where I started. Let's see how long this level takes me. Oh, this one. This one, it was so simple to, like, realize what I needed to do. I was so surprised. It really wasn't that big of a deal. So, the idea is to get out of the cage so you can get the win, right? But you have to somehow mess up Wallace stop, otherwise you'll never be able to get out of here. So basically the goal ends up being here is that you have to get Wall out of your way. And I realized that after I stare at this for a while, I'm like, there's nothing else I can do other than make Wall not stop. Otherwise I'll never be able to get out of here. It's just, if Wall is always stopped, we'll never get past it. That's how I eventually came to the conclusion here. It should be pretty quick. I basically just had to make Kiki get in a position to where I can actually control Kiki and be on top of the letter, and then in conjunction screw up the Wallace stop, and therefore solved it. Easy win. And then I just kind of had to figure out what I wanted to be the win. Yeah, I gotta make Baba's win, because otherwise I have nobody beat you. There you go. That one was pretty easy. And let's see where I went from there. Went back over to number 1. Okay, the Boiling River. Oh, this one took me a while. Okay, so let me talk a little bit more about, actually, this one didn't take me that long. I take it back. This is not the one I thought it was, based on the name. What was my thought process on this one? Let's see. So, you know, this one's pretty limited because everything's kind of along the edges here. So basically the idea is to get across the water and get underneath the skulls. So to get across the water, unless you're floating, you have to be melt, I think. So I think eventually I figured out that I should be... I think I ended up making Baba Is You and Melt. I think that ended up being what I did here. Let's see if that ends up being what I do here. You definitely don't want to make Baba's skull. That's not going to work. Or maybe... See, water is Baba you can't do because Baba... Or water is water. Oh, water's float. There you go. It was that easy. You just had to make water's float so you could go underneath the water. There you go. That was it. To be fair, I don't really remember all the solutions off the top of my head as I'm watching myself redo these. I'm just kind of watching myself trying to remember my thought process here. That one seemed pretty obvious to me once I realized you could make water float. Okay, this is another one I definitely, you know, you saw me try a bunch of times. I did the other version of this level, but this is the harder version of it. I think the idea here is I wanted to get the flag, or I want to make, basically we want to make flag not be win. I want something else to be win. I think that was pretty much my goal here. I want to make rock is win. I'm pretty sure that's what we were going for here. So I pretty much tried everything I could to get over here and make rock win. I think it took me a while to realize that's what I wanted, that I wanted rock to be win. But then when rock is... I think I eventually realized I could make rock is you and rock is win at the same time. I think that's what I probably ended up with here. So anyway, this is pretty much how episodes of this are going to go from now on. We're just going to watch me do these without commentary live, because realistically, this session where I'll even tell you where it cuts off, because I actually put 2 sessions together for this video. 2 different 3-hour sessions of me playing this game, making no progress or little progress. I probably, in the span of this video, you'll probably watch me do about 10 levels, maybe. I forgot this level was even part of this video. That's how long ago this was now, or at least that's how long ago it feels. It's only really 2 weeks ago when I recorded this. But yeah, I pretty much just decided... So I think right here is where I decided, oh, rock is you. What about rock is win? It's so obvious to me now looking at this. If I made rock is win, it would be over. Boom, see? How easy was that? Once I realized that, I was like, oh shit, duh. Okay, so that finished up 1 and 2. I still have 8, 12, and 15, or number 5, rather. Did I finish any of those ones in this session, though? Let's see. I know I definitely tried a bunch. I've tried all these levels, trust me. I'm not going to show you the attempts where I don't finish a level. So it looks like I did go for the dungeon one next. I wouldn't be showing this if I didn't finish it. Oh, okay, this is my first try on this one, actually. So basically, it's kind of like that last one with the walled prison one, but you have to figure out how to get out of here. It's the exact same conundrum. How do you get out of here? So basically, since I knew the general idea, I knew you had to mess up the wall is stop thing, I pretty much figured this one out almost right away, where you can surround it with Baba and Kiki, and then I think if you just press down here, Funky, press down there. Oh, see, you fucked up. Press down there. There you go. See, that's all you had to do, bro. It was super easy. Yeah, basically once I did that, see, I'm not even fast forwarding because this is literally how long it took me to go. Duh, easy peasy. It's the exact same. Everything about this is exactly the same. There's literally no difference. I think what I did though is I screwed up. Yeah, I screwed up leaving Kiki on top there, like up against the top wall. I couldn't move it. But anyway, there you go. That was easy enough. That one was pretty short. That one I figured that one out pretty quick. And okay, I guess I went over to the foresty level next. And we're gonna do level 1 here. Jump. Which one is this one? Right, this one. Okay, so this one's pretty easy, actually. This is another one where I just kind of gave up on it a little prematurely because it seemed a little more complex than it actually is. The basic idea here, since you don't have to, you can basically... You can... Did I push everything in it? I'm trying to remember if I ended up pushing anything across the river. Because my idea here is you want to be able to push one of the hearts. There you go, Sat. Yeah, you want to be able to push one of the hearts onto the water on the left where the flag is at. See, there you go. And then you can teleport the water off of there, and boom, you solve it. It was pretty obvious to me once I realized that. And I forget how do you have to like push something out? Oh, there you go. Yeah, you make teleport stop teleporting, and there you go, boom, easy. That one's pretty easy too. Yeah, some of these easy ones, it didn't take me that long to actually look at them because it's the first time I'm revisiting them. There's a few levels, again, I skipped here that I didn't show that I tried again, and I did not solve them. Or at least I didn't solve them on this attempt. Even less there. What is this one? Okay, so this one, Win is on the outside, and we have a knot. I guess I just had to figure out how to use knot in a new way. And that one's pretty easy right there. Once you make fence not stop, it's pretty easy. Yeah, I must have not... how did we end up solving this? I forget the answer here. Yeah, I was like, you can't change... I think the idea here is... You have to change something else with not. But once I have the win condition, then you just have to figure it out. Because you can't make fence win. Is it the not Baba is you thing? Maybe that's what it is. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Yeah, see, not Baba is you was interesting. That was a new revelation. If you say not Baba is you, then everything is you. That's not Baba. That was an interesting revelation I just learned right there. Fences. Oh, not fences stop. Or not fences win? Oh, right. Not fences win means everything else that's not the fences win. Right, okay. That makes sense. Alright, I was like, what the hell is the answer there? Yeah, sometimes with the not, you gotta just really think literally. Not is not. Okay, so this is gonna be a long one. Because you've seen me do this level, and I almost had it, but this one had to be done in a very specific way. The main goal here is to knock out the water using the rocks in such a way that you can push that Baba is and not you. Not like if you're gonna put that all together, you're gonna fuck it all up. And so you have to get in there in such a way where you can move the water out of the way and be able to move those words in such a way that you can do it. So yeah, that was a new revelation right there. Not rock is Baba. I was like, oh god, there's too many Babas. All right, we can't do it that way. Yeah. Okay, so here's the good idea, or a good time to really explain myself how I'm going to do these videos, because this is going to be a longer one where you watch me horse around on this level for a while trying to figure this one out. So I'm going to give you my entire attempt from when I start the level to when I solve it on the attempt that I do it. So the levels that I didn't show me try just now during this session, you're never going to see those attempts, because most of them are just fruitless attempts where I either don't even know what the hell I'm doing, I make zero progress. Any level where I think I know what to do, I pretty much play it until I figure it out. That's pretty much how it's been on these sessions. If I understand what I need to do, I usually just go until I do it. Most of the levels I'm stuck on now are levels that are like, I don't know what to do, and I don't know what the goal is. If I don't know what the end goal is supposed to be, or at least the idea of what the end goal should be, and I don't have something to work toward, that's where I get stuck. And pretty much every level you're going to see in this video, there was at least a goal in mind, and I was just trying to figure out how the fuck to get there. So, again, this level is just me faffing around with the rocks in the water, trying to figure out what combination of rocks, water, and pushing the water out of the way I need to do. And you'll see, I'll literally get there. It's just a matter of this for another couple more minutes. But yeah, so sorry if you like the live commentary on these a little bit better. Me personally, don't care for it. Sure, the aha moment sounds nice, but the thinking out and the showing is a fucking painful process, and I don't like talking for like 99% of me playing this. It's not anymore anyways, because again, we're sitting here for too long just thinking. Like, look at this part right here. I'm just sitting there staring at it like, what the fuck do I do? What do I want to try? Like, even in fast forward, it's sitting there for that long. So imagine how long that is in not fast forward time. So basically what I'm doing with this is I'm just sitting here with the game on, recording and playing it and staring at puzzles, and kind of a little bit distracted half the time because I'm putting a show on my TV while I kind of half-ass play the game, half-ass watch the show. More like half-ass watching the show, because with this game you kind of have to at least have a goal in mind, like I said. If you don't have a goal in mind, then it gets real, like, what the hell are you even doing? So anyway, yeah, that's going to be how the sessions of this game go from now on. So again, sorry if you like the live commentary better. It's just the way I want to do it. So you're just going to have to respect the wishes, because there's a pretty good chance I'm never going to be able to finish this game. At least not without cheating or getting hints or something. I think I'm almost there to the point where I understand how I want to do this water thing. Pretty close. I'm basically trying to get it to where I can get as much of the water out of the way as I possibly can without using the rocks. How many rocks do I got to use before I can move a bunch of the water out of the way? Is kind of what my main goal is here. That's not going to be a good attempt, because now the water's a big old block. Can't get through it now. Not unless you use the rock. Nah. It's coming up soon, though. The combination that finally works, it finally clicks. It's coming soon. There we go. Finally found. I think this is the one right here. Finally got the water out of my way in such a way that worked. Then I moved that, yep, and then I had two spaces, and then boom, we're in there. Because now I can make not Baba's, not you, and then get to the flag. Which is what I finally realized I needed, not Baba's, not you, just to solve it. That was when I realized I just needed to figure out the right combo to get the water out of my fucking way. That one is done. Okay, I guess next up we went for A. Oh, this one. I remember you guys watching me do this one for a while. Basically, if you touch the walls, you die. And pretty much the goal here, first off, you got to go get that text. So there you go there. And you got to do this in such a way to where you can get something over to the flag, which is on the top over there. And I think my main goal is to make wall not defeat anymore. I think that's what I was really going for, because wall's down there in the bottom corner is wall's defeat, right? I think you have to finagle it in such a way to where wall is not defeat anymore. And look at me, I almost have it here, if you can see. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. Oh, actually, I did get it there, huh? No, wait, no, not quite. But I realized what I was doing. I almost had it there, right? But in the process of doing that, oh, you know what? That's why. Because if you become text, there it is. If you make wall into text, there's the answer. I was trying to remember what the answer was. So I was trying to move the words, but I realized when you move the words, the flag is win condition just gets destroyed. So I had to change my approach and realized, oh, I can just make everything into text, and you can push all text. Okay, with this one. Was this one I showed? I don't remember if I ever showed this one. This might be one I never got a chance to show. Like in terms of like, this didn't happen on stream. This is just one I unlocked off stream and then I played it off, only on my own time. There'll be a few levels like that. This is one of those. This one took me a while actually, so we're gonna be here for a few minutes. Yeah, I think it took me a while to realize exactly what I wanted to do here. I mean, obviously you want to make flag is win, and then you have to get over to the flag somehow. Those skulls are in the way. You can't change skull as defeat. And text is defeat, which was an interesting little, like, oh. I guess that might be an interesting thing. But because text is defeat, you can destroy, like, that ghost got destroyed. And I believe with text being defeat, I don't know how I got rid of the skulls. There's a way that I got rid of these skulls. Or I either got rid of them or I changed the fact that they're not defeat. That might have also happened. Pretty sure the text is defeat thing is the key here, that I didn't realize how to utilize it in such a way. Because once I realized text is defeat, I'm pretty sure... Okay, not the text is defeat thing. Sorry. The thing I wasn't utilizing that I didn't understand is there's that weak condition down there in that corner. If you see, it's kind of stuck there in that corner. I kept trying to think, how am I supposed to use this is weak thing? And I kept trying to think, like, okay, what I want Kiki be weak? No, I mean, no, I don't. So what the hell do I want to be weak? But my only thing I can make weak here, besides Kiki, is text. So once I realized you can make text weak, I was like, oh, you can just destroy Skull's defeat, and now Skull's not defeat anymore. But no matter what, you kind of get stuck with that is being in there, and then you can't do anything with that is anymore. So you only have one is. Actually, you technically have two is's if you keep that one on the top that I just put text by. So yeah. Then I kind of had to decide how I want to like do this, because yeah, I kind of just restarted from scratch. Just like, okay, whatever, just try again. Because I kind of started reversing everything. So I kind of decided, okay, what order do I need to do this in? Because once you get rid of stuff, it's gone forever, right? I don't want to start just destroying shit, because I can easily make text this weak right away and just start destroying shit. So I had to kind of plan out my attack here. But I definitely needed to become Kiki here, or yeah, I believe I made Kiki as you at some point. I had to have, right? I had to do something with Kiki to push flag is win, because basically you got to get flag to be win. That has to happen at some point. Oh yeah, I made skull into push. Right, okay. I don't know. I don't think this is going to be the one. I think I changed... Yeah, I probably changed something here. Oh, okay, skull is hot. Okay, skull is hot melted the ghost. That's helpful, because the ghost was melt. Skull is text. That doesn't seem like it'd be helpful. So what did I end up doing here? Oh, I know what I did. As soon as I decided I've destroyed all the text I need to destroy, I got rid of text is weak so I can get that is back. That was the answer. Here we go. Okay, that makes sense. And then once I did that, skull's good to cross, and boom, boom, boom. Okay, there it is. Yeah, once I realized I didn't need the text is weak at a certain point, then I was like, oh, I just got to do everything I want to do, then destroy that, and then we're good to move on. Okay, jumping right into another level, which I technically knew what to do, but I couldn't figure out the order to do it in. You guys already seen me do this level. I literally don't know why I got stuck on it for so long. It really wasn't that hard. You're pretty much going to be watching me do almost the exact same shit I tried the last time I did this level, but we will end in a victory this time. But I'll explain. The idea here is to fill in the little conveyor belts with something at the end so you can just cross over them and get that win condition over to Baba as a win, and then touch Baba and win. So there's a little bit of order that matters here. You have to get yo ass down there to the win so you can push it out of there. But I think my goal here in the first beginnings of this was just trying to figure out the order of things, knowing that I needed to go down there and push that shit also. And again, this is all just about the order of which you do this. It really is. Because you have to set it up in such a way to where you can push everything as much as you need to push it, like the flags specifically, until you don't need the flags anymore. But I think at some point I remembered you can't push the flags into the spots because then they become objects you slide into and you don't push them anymore. So they're not solid anymore. And I remembered that, and I'm like, okay, so you guys still gotta use the flags to push in the words, which I think eventually I decide that's what I need to do. Or kind of one thing at a time here. Yeah, there we go. Keep flag is pushed long enough to push one flag in. Yeah, see, I think I realized, okay, but I'm gonna have to make that flag something else. Yeah, see, I think I realized it. Basically, the first hole can have a flag in it, which I think I'm gonna realize right here. I'm gonna push win where it needs to go. Wait, I pushed is into there? Really? Interesting. I'm surprised I did that. I must not be. This must not be the attempt where I do it. I'm pretty sure what's going to have to happen is the flags. Yeah, push in the words, but I think maybe I figured out that you can push a flag into the bottom one as long as you've pushed the win symbol already. Let's see if I end up doing it that way. Let's see how I end up doing it. This is not gonna do it, bro. Where's the answer? Wow, I restarted again? Okay. Yeah, okay, see, like, I realized the flag thing, did it first right away. See, okay, I was smart. See, I did it right away, and then it was that easy. Yeah, see, once I just did that, look how easy that was. It took me 2 seconds to fucking solve it after that. Jesus. Can't believe how long I spent on that one. And lo and behold, when you defeat that level, it unlocks this #1 level right above it, and it's the same fucking level but harder. And I was like, what the? There's the same level but harder? Oy vey. Alright, I believe I actually showed this level as well, like this is when I tried on stream. This one didn't take me that long to solve, actually. Because basically, you just have to do 2 steps here. You gotta get past the door, and you gotta get past the water. It's literally 2 steps. And since key is the only way to open the door, based on the conditions on the outside, pretty much stuck with that as the thing you have to do. And then I realized you can make, oh, right. I realized you can multiply your objects. That's where I solved this. I remember now. Once I realized you could multiply your objects by saying that one object is actually 2 objects, then it answered everything. Basically, I made the rock into a key and into Baba at the same time. Thus, I had 2 Babas to work with, so I could use the extra Baba. My main goal right here, though, is just to get key to be push, and then open the door, and then use the Baba to get out. Exactly. Easy. Right. That was the answer to that, was making sure that you realize that one object can be 2 objects if you have an and, which is interesting, but it makes sense. Alright. This is one you guys watch me do for a while, and this one you're going to be watching me do for a few minutes. So, I will tell you right now, all the way up to that point where I just did that last level, that was all one 3-hour session. So, you know, the first 20 plus minutes of the video was literally just the first 3-hour session I did the game. I actually got a bunch of levels done, as you saw. Here comes the second 3-hour session. This is where the struggle truly begins. So this is probably my 4th sitting on this level, because I definitely tried this on stream a couple times, I remember. And then I definitely tried this one for a while on my my actual first 3-hour sitting. So then the second 3-hour sitting is where I finally fucking get this one, but not for a while. We're gonna be here for a few minutes. And also notice that the music's a little louder on this session. I think that's just because of the way I recorded it. The sound was louder. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm sure I'm loud enough right now as it is. Anyway, if I remember correctly, what my real goal here is... What is my real goal end up being here? I mean, I've tried so many things. My main thing in this level was like, there's only so many things you can change. What is the one I gotta change to make it work? Like, do I still want to make flag his win? Is that my objective? It took me a while to decide if that's really what I wanted. Do I want to make flag his win? Or do I want to make Baba his win or something like that? And I don't even remember it right now. I couldn't even tell you what the actual answer to that was. Do I end up making it Baba his win? Or flag his win? I don't even remember. Because I know part of... One thing I definitely wanted to do at some point was somehow if I could get through the wall... I could make it Baba his win, right? I could push that shit up. Yeah. Definitely making Cog into something else was never the answer, so eventually I gave up on that idea. Because I can't be getting rid of my objects and making them into other objects like water. That's pointless. There was even moments where I paused it. If you see random pauses like that, it might just be me, like, leaving the room for a minute, or watching the show for a minute, or something. Or literally, maybe I just paused it to look at the conditions. There's so many reasons I could have paused it during this session, I couldn't even begin to tell you. There's definitely no cuts here, I'll tell you that. It's just all one fast-forwarded thing. The only cuts are in between the levels, because in some cases it's just me cutting out attempts that I sat there and wasted time, not solving anything. Wow, this is hard to watch. Hard to watch because I'm not doing anything. I'm just staring at it, trying to decide. Look at me just pushing this shit around. Like, I'm really trying to figure out. I'm struggling here. You can tell. What do I do? Struggling, bro. Struggling. Struggle is real in this video game. Like, I was racking my brain on this one for a very, very long time, trying to figure out exactly what the hell is it that I want to do here. Do I want to make it flag his win? Do I want to make it Baba's win? Or do I want to make something else win? Like, that was just... This is one of those situations where if I can figure out what I want to do, then I got to figure out how to do it. But this one, it seems so simple to know what you want to do. But how do I do what I want to do? Because it seems so obvious. And I'm sure the answer, when I finally get to it, so even right now I'm forgetting what the answer is. It's so obvious when we get there, watch. It'll be obvious to me and to you. I'm just like, what do I even? I think it involves me pushing stuff across the way. Yeah, because okay, so making it sink was definitely something I wanted. Oh, okay. So the idea here was that I want to make a hole, but I don't want to lose water. Oh! That was it right there. You just saw it. So the idea here is you don't care about water, but you want to keep is sink. Because if you make... Yeah, so you'll see. If you make Cog is sink, you'll see what happens when it hits the skull. There you go. Right. There it is. That's the answer. Because you don't give a fuck. Once you get the water condition is useless, which I realized that right then. I was like, oh, you don't even need the water condition ever. And I knew you didn't need it, but man, once you realize the water condition's useless and you can use it to help you get across the water, that was the answer right there. Oh, this one. This is probably like my 5th sitting on this level. I left and came back to this level so many times. I couldn't even tell you. So you can probably see me already doing stuff you probably never saw me do on this level. I'm pretty sure I also showed some of this on stream. So I already kind of had some ideas of what I wanted to do, like multiplying the key And once I realized that's what I really want to do, I just immediately it just clicked. This attempt, it just clicked. I probably should have showed more of my attempts on this, but yeah, once I got the hole in the water like I wanted, and I could push the wind condition out of there, I'm like, oh shit, I can just push it out of here. I'm stupid. And there was the answer, basically. Now I just had to decide what did I want to be wind, because there is no flag. So I gotta make something else be wind. Make Baba win, why not? There you go. Yeah, that one I tried a lot. That one took me a long time to really figure out, trust me. Okay, so this one, okay, I guess I skipped the start of this one. Okay, this is another one I spent a lot of time on stream on, and probably came back to it at least 3 or 4 times. Because I knew what I wanted to do, and my god. Did I show the whole attempt? I did, I think. So, with this one, I really thought I wanted to use Baba to pull that flag down. And I believe that is what I ended up doing. But I got hung up on this Baba is move thing. And as useful as it was to move around as Baba, I'm pretty sure it turns out that is the most useless part of this level. Like, I wasted so much time on this level being Baba is move and just not making any progress. Until I just changed my way of thinking, where Baba is move is not helpful. And we're not going to get there for a few minutes. We're going to watch me faff around on this like I did before for a little while. But once I decided that, okay, Baba is move is a complete waste of time, then I literally solved it like right away. Because basically the idea is the ghost is going to be the one that moves as expected, but you can use the ghost to move Baba so the flag doesn't move, right? We've learned that move doesn't affect the flag. Whether Baba's moving or the ghost is moving doesn't matter. Like if they're using the move thing, it doesn't matter. So, yeah. Once I realized that the ghost can just push Baba, or pull Baba, I guess, not push, then I can get Baba over there. Yeah, I think I'm kind of starting to realize that, like, kind of what I want to do, but still trying to make Baba do it and not realize, come on, man, Baba can't do this. The ghost has to do it. At some point, I'm probably I think I just restart from scratch when I kind of had that moment where I'm like, oh my god. I think right here is where I'm really like, is that what I want to do? Is that what I need to do with my life? Contemplations, man. They sit there. Sometimes I just stare at it. And also sometimes I'm just watching the TV show for a minute, to be fair. I'll be real with you. Sometimes I'm just staring at the fucking TV for a few minutes to see what the hell's happening on the show. Oh, by the way, I was watching Walking Dead when I was playing this level. In fact, both these sessions I was watching Walking Dead specifically. I was wrapping up the last season of Walking Dead that's on Netflix anyways. So up through season 9. Yeah, see, I think this is where I finally was like, okay, Baba's move is not helpful. It's just not. Like, I think I was just going, it's just not helpful. It's just not funky. It's just not. It's just not helpful. It's just not helpful. I better have put in the attempt where I solved this. I think I actually show the whole thing once like in slow motion, because I sat here for a long time trying to figure this out. But yeah, see, once I realized, yeah, here you go. See, Ghost pulls Baba, then I can just move Baba freely, and boom, solved it. Because now I can just bring flag all the way back, and once I make flag is win, it's over. Well, don't let the ghost destroy you on the way. Because once you get Baba to be flag, once you get flagged as win, it is literally over. Because flag is you already. There you go. Easy win. Yeah. Once I gave up on the Baba being move, I really just solved it right away. But see, because I already knew what I wanted to do, it didn't take me very long. Oh, this fucking level. Okay, this is the next one that I spent a very, very long time on. In fact, I think this might be the last level we do in this video. If I'm right looking at the video timeline here. So this one I spent a lot of time on because I didn't know what I wanted to do, which that's the part that took me a while, but there's really a limited amount of things you can do, so I just had a feeling I could figure it out. So I kind of figured in some way you need to do a weird, like the correct combination in this upper left room over here. Because the bottom right room doesn't have shit in it. It has a rock, it has a leaf, it has the pile of leaves, the foliage or whatever, and it has the ghost. And you just basically need to make the key and the ghost meet, right? That's the goal. How do you get the key and the ghost to meet? Well, you can't get the ghost out of his crevice because he's in a way, in such a way you can't push him and pull him down that spot. But you could technically get the key in there. That's what I kind of thought. I was like, okay, you can get the key in there, but I can't do anything to the key. I can't push the key. I can't pull the key. The key is stuck. And eventually I realized, what if you teleport the key? And then it became a quest of how the fuck do I get the leaf to the key? And eventually I stopped messing around with this rock situation. Right here I'm still trying to figure out how to make an extra teleporter to like get around the foliage also. Eventually I give up on that idea, I think, and I just get rid of the foliage like that. And then I live with the idea that, okay, I need to somehow set this up in such a way that I can get back and move the key with the teleporter. That's what it all comes down to. Eventually we'll get there. I guess I still haven't realized that yet in this quite yet. But I know that's what I ended up having to think. Like, somehow I got to teleport that key around to get to the ghost, because the ghost can't be pushed out of there. And I mean, pushing the teleporter to the ghost, I guess, could be an option, but you wouldn't be able to get the ghost and the teleporter back down to the key. In hindsight, that would have been a waste of my time as well. So I'm kind of glad I didn't start with that. I started with, okay, I need to move this key, because I realized that stupid square next to the ghost, you really can't bring the ghost back down that way. You just can't. No matter how you do it, you just can't. So yeah, eventually I will realize the rock is just got to be used in the way that it's intended and leave it alone. I think it's coming here pretty quick. Or not yet, apparently. Okay. Maybe now? Is the answer coming now? Well, I solve it now. I have to, because we're almost at the end here. I must realize now, okay, the rock's just got to do what it's got to do. Ready, and... Ready, set, and... There it is, okay. I don't know, I must have watched the show for a minute or something. I don't know what the hell took me so long there. And there it is. Once I realized I did that right there, I was like, oh, I can push the leaf now, and the leaf is also teleport. But I can't use it to teleport myself. But I was like, oh, I don't need to teleport myself. I can just use it to teleport the key. And then I was like, oh, you can't. Okay, you have to do it like one at a time. But you can do it. See? Watch, you'll see. Basically, you have to push the leaf. There you go. Yeah. You have to push the leaf, move one. Push the leaf, move one. Push the leaf, move one. That's basically, you have to do that all the way until you get the key to the damn ghost. But yeah, that's basically how you do it. Get the key to the ghost. I kept trying to get the ghost to the key, and I really had it backwards. No, what are you doing? What are you doing, Funky? No, this is wrong. Don't do this. You realize you already knew you had to push the leaf through, idiot. Oh man, I had a brain fart there. For real. It's one of those moments where it's like, duh, what the hell are you doing? Can't push the ghost through there, idiot. And you just have to push the key on top of it. Or, there you go. Alright, well guys, that's the video. See you later.